being here. This is like the coolest day of the year always, which is awesome. I'm Daniel Asher, proud board member of Eat Denver, working title food group, Eco Chef Culinary, Cut and Dry, and obsessed with our collective Colorado food experience. Eric Skokan is one of those rare humans that have created their own energetic orbit. It is one of the many reasons why I adore and love him so very much. Just being near him quiets your mind and settles your nerves. His cadence, vulnerability, and presence is that of a wise wizard who honors his inner child and makes time to pause and listen. His wife Jill, their amazing kiddos, and collection of animals have created the most unique working farmstead property in Boulder County, and it has become a pillar of agricultural excellence and culinary beauty. Spend a couple of hours with Eric and you'll find yourself milling grain, tasting heirloom radishes, and discussing how to build soil health while sequestering carbon. In the middle of the pandemic, when we were all losing our minds, Eric found a way to repurpose a vintage ice cream truck, named her Mabel, and drove around Boulder delivering 250 different varieties of heirloom vegetables from their farm. He is an amazing award-winning chef across multiple organizations of recognition, including the Michelin Guide and the James Beard Foundation. Eric has chosen to immerse his entire being into the roles of cook, multiple restaurant owner-operator, holistic rancher, organic farmer, grain miller, husband, father, cookbook author, community builder, and regenerative land advisor. He is a steward and advocate of all things animal, vegetable, and mineral, a gifted culinarian, a man who leads with his heart, teaches with his mind, crafts with his hands, and nourishes with his soul. It is an honor to introduce and welcome Chef Eric Skokan to spend some time with us this morning.
Wow. It didn't seem so significant along the way. Thank you. I didn't know I had done all those things. I'm just like, I'm focused on harvesting the beets. That's the next thing, down the road, or planting the carrots or whatever it is. Well, first of all, thank you all so much. It is such an honor to be here to talk with all of you and talk sustainability, the things that I really, really care about, which are taking care of people, taking care of the planet, and making those two things, come together at the same time. It's been a period of time right now for Jill and me with spectacular heights and really significant challenges, all sort of mixed up together, which is sort of part and parcel of farming normally, but right now it's kind of an acute time for us. So we just opened up farm dinners at our farmstead. We have 7 tables. This has been a lifelong dream to have all of you people in our community out to the farm, to be literally just a couple feet away from where we're harvesting, to see the grain mill, to see us in action, see the tractors, and and that sort of thing. The landscape is beautiful, and it's been a goal of mine for forever. So I love it. Incredible high. All at the same time, Jill was just diagnosed with cancer. And we are, as a family, we're hurting. Sorry. On top of it, just a couple days ago, Jill's mom died. Our Mimi. Our family is having a hard time. So in the midst of this peak and crash, I'm writing this speech trying to think about what in sustainability is actually really important. Daniel is one of the poster children, along with me, for all things sustainability, here. I live it, I breathe it. We have sustainability, projects sort of coming out of our ears all the time. And the thought of writing this speech and what's the most important thing that I absolutely have to tell you guys about that's really, really important and impactful in the face of everything that's going on, it's hard. It's like, which is your favorite child, right? It's a miserable decision to have to make. I'm blessed that I have a lot of great children, but having to choose the one or whatever, that's impossible. So I take a step back from the totality of all of the things that we do all of the time, and put it into this perspective of, when I am gone, how much of this really, really mattered. I think I will have made the world temporarily a little bit better. I've worked my butt off in order to be able to do that, and that's admirable, and that's really good. But ultimately, that's not success for sustainability, because sustainability really has to do with my kids and my grandkids and this community well out into the future. So it's pretty clear to me that the individual things that I'm doing, they're important, kinda, but really the most important thing is that we spend a ton of time in our restaurant and in the fields, in our farm, in culturing our staff that work with us, to think, to breathe, to live sustainability. We create it as a norm for them on a daily basis. The sun rises in the east and it sets in the west. We compost, we recycle, we work on soil health practices daily. We cover crop. We go well out of our way to take care of the totality of our mission, which is to take care of people and at the same time take care of the planet. So I think about, all right, so if I need to create a culture, if that's the only thing I can do, then how am I going to go about doing that? The first thing is to identify it, is to talk about it, to define it, and that's one of the privileges that comes with being the king of your endeavor, that you get to define success. So I define success the way I want to. And for me, and I tell this to all the staff, I drive it into them. We only have a couple of goals. It's super, super simple. Number one, we take care of the guests, and we're all in for taking care of the guests on their terms, not our terms. The measure of success is when they walk out the door that they feel taken care of. They feel that we cared about them as human beings. Nothing more, nothing less. So obviously that's execution, and obviously that's delicious food, and obviously that's amazing, attentive service. It's all of those things, but it's individualized to who they are. Goal number two is that Jill and I are going to take care of all of our employees, our staff. We care about them as people, people who are going to grow in the organization, who are going to grow as people and go out into the world. We care deeply. And at the same time, we fundamentally expect that they are going to care about us. My job is to take care of them. Their job is to take care of me and my family. The third is that we're going to take care of the community. All of you have taken care of Jill and me. Thank you. I will always be here for all of you, as well as everybody else in my community. We're going to do all of those things. We're going to create magic in the restaurant on a nightly basis. And we're going to do it in a way that doesn't burn up or trash the environment. We're going to do it where the restaurant is a vehicle for healing the planet. Right? Restaurants are this sort of engine, and they can be an engine for good, they can be an engine for destruction, for consumption, for burning things up. And for me, it's important to use this little restaurant that could, the little choo-choo train, to move us slowly along the way towards a better future. And we do that with sustainability practices out in the field. So, for example, we are certified organic, which means when any of you sit down in the restaurant, the vast majority of everything that you see will be something that is certified organic that you'll be eating, which is another way of saying that there is integrity behind all of the products that you end up seeing. That, to me, is really, really important. So how do you push that belief system out into the staff? I mean, you start obviously with a mission statement. Hopefully, all of you guys have mission statements. They're important. It's critical to come up with some pieces of paper to fill up the 3-ring binder that goes up on the shelf, right? That's what a mission statement ultimately is for. It's a great starting point. It is a 1 to 5% of importance of starting the communication process with your staff. You sit down during orientation day with a new staff person and you say, hey, this is what's important to me. Here it is written down, it's on the mission statement. And then it goes into the 3-ring binder and it goes up on the shelf. They get a copy of it, they put it underneath the front seat of their car and forget about it until they go to the car wash and they clean their car out and then they throw it away or whatever. Hopefully they recycle it. So that's cool, we did that. But culture is a living thing. And so really, the way I do it is by reflecting back to culture all the time. When something good or something bad happens in the restaurant, I try my best to reflect back to that original mission statement, taking care of the guests, taking care of each other, taking care of the community, taking care of the planet. And I try to make that link definitive for people. So, for example, new cook doesn't do a good job pulling the mousseline out of the bowl, getting it into the piping bag so that we can, pipe it and put it onto a plate and wow somebody with it, right? Instead, it goes to dish. So I see that and I'm like, hey, come on, obviously that's food waste, and that can't happen. And here's why. On this other side over here, we're trying to buy these sustainably sourced ingredients, or we're killing ourselves out in the field to produce them, right? It costs a lot of money to be able to do that. When you are throwing away product over here, it calls into question whether we can keep affording to do a good job on the other side over there. Your food waste really matters. Instead of just saying, hey, don't do it, instead you put it into this big picture that these little actions, they have consequence. I have a cook who, for whatever reason, can put lots of sheet trays into the oven, but can never start his timer. What the heck? Of all the food waste things that we talk about in the industry, that is got to be the dumbest of all the food waste things, right? Making that link for that person, that when we take this out of the oven, burned, and it goes into the compost bin, that's a cost on a tremendous level. It's a cost of labor, it's a cost of product, and it can be easily preventable, and it's their responsibility, to do that. Leaders also in culture, by thinking about the big systems and thinking about the little systems. For the big systems, we partner with the Scoffier School, for example. We bring out all of the, literally every student from the school comes out and I teach several classes on sustainability, on farming, on farm to table, and all the rest of it, blah, blah, blah. And I love doing it, and I'm very, very clear with all of them at the beginning. Like, my purpose in having you guys here is to brainwash all of you into doing this the right way. Farm to table is important, and it has all of these knock-on benefits all over the place. So that's a really big system. Or our partnership with EcoCycle. We now have a state-certified composting facility where we can bring in food waste from a whole bunch of farms. A whole bunch of restaurants to our farm, compost it, and get it out onto the fields. And that's critical as well. And then sometimes it's the little things, right? It's drink straws. Plastic, I'm really frustrated with. I don't like plastic, and the little plastic drink straws, to me, are like this symbol of a lack of leadership. All they do is stop up my drains. That, for me, is their only purpose, is for me to have to speed dial a plumber to come in and snake out the drains or whatever. So I challenge my staff. We're going to get rid of plastic. We're going to get rid of these dumb drink straws. Your job is to think about how and why a drink straw might be important, and then come up with a sustainable way to produce that benefit to the customers, to wow them in a way without the drink straw. So maybe that's a little piece of rosemary, like a skewer, or it's whatever it is, right? So now I've created agents of change. I have this vision, and we're going to get rid of the drink straws, right? And now I have this team of people who are empowered with a budget and a directive and a vision to go out and brainstorm. And those people are now religious converts for this change in sustainability. And it's amazing to see the creativity when you unleash that in your staff, in of course, a directed way. I wanted to close with one little bit of advice from Mimi, from Jill's mom. Gifted leader, gifted teacher, some of the best management and leadership advice I got from her. She's an elementary school teacher with this keen ability to perceive human nature and inspire people to be better people. Really amazing woman. She said, Eric, you always catch the kids, you always catch people doing something wrong. Try catching people doing something good. Catch them at the peak, and then point it out. So when I am in the kitchen and I see one of my staff members choosing on their own to dig through the compost, to pull out the latex gloves and the little bits of plastic wrap and all that kind of stuff. Nasty, nasty job, right? When I see that, I stop everything in the kitchen. Like, hey, what you are doing, that is amazing. That's important. And you guys over here, you see that she's doing that? That is what I'm talking about. Taking that little moment to celebrate along the way, that's an incredibly powerful and motivating moment. Sustainability is all these little things, and it's all these big things. It is, unfortunately, having to be a policeman, but it's also getting to be a cheerleader, and it's all those things together, and it's constant. But hopefully my staff, I've now brainwashed them fully, and they'll go out into the world when I'm done with my work, and they'll carry the whole thing forward. Thank you.